What President Trump cares most about in selecting people for jobs, but especially the White House jobs like Chief of Staff, people who are going to be interacting with him so much of the day, he cares about two things: personal chemistry and whether this person sort of fits the type, has the look, a central casting mindset. He's also mindful, by the way, of the different phase of his presidency that he's entering. So the first 2 years, Trump has had the benefit of having a Congress where Republicans controlled both houses. Well, now Democrats are going to control the House of Representatives. Trump's going to be gearing up for re-election. He's going to have the Mueller investigation concluding. It'll be a really politically treacherous period for him. And so he's looking for somebody who can be a little bit more political and help him strategize how to navigate these crises and counterbalance the Democrats on the Hill. Trump does not seem too hung up on sort of traditional qualifications like management experience. He values a lot of people's advice and is not shy about soliciting opinions when it comes to personnel. He'll famously, be hanging out on the golf course down in Florida or at Mar-a-Lago at the dinner club and just ask people, how do you think Reince Priebus is doing? How do you think John Kelly's doing? Who should be my next chief of staff? In a way, he conducts his own polls on people. That's sort of Trump's MO. But a couple people are really, their views are really important in this process for Trump, and those are his family members. So he cares a lot about what Ivanka Trump, his daughter, what her husband Jared Kushner, both of them are senior advisors, what they think. To take a job like the White House Chief of Staff is an incredible burden in any administration. It's a hard job, it's a grueling job, it's an unforgiving job, but it's even more so under Donald Trump because you're dealing with the chaos of the Trump White House. You're dealing with a president who doesn't like to be managed, who doesn't have a lot of respect for the people who are in positions like this in the government, and who makes decisions based on gut impulse, who will try to push boundaries. The scandal moment that we're in for the Trump presidency is certainly weighing on potential staff members. You're not just signing up to take a job in the government, but you're signing up to expose yourself to all sorts of potential problems down the road. I mean, past people who've served President Trump either as a candidate or as president in a senior position have become ensnared in these investigations. Traditionally, serving in any White House at a high level sort of cements your career through the rest of your life. You can be here in Washington and be a highly paid lobbyist. You can be an influence broker. You could join a future cabinet. You could run a blue chip company, a Fortune 500 company. But those things have not happened for the alumni of the Trump White House. In fact, Hope Hicks, the president's former communications advisor, is probably one of the only people to leave the Trump White House and go into a major corporate job. She now works at the Fox Corporation. Many others have looked for those types of jobs and not been recruited, or those doors haven't opened for them, or they've tried to do paid speeches or write books or other efforts to rebuild their reputations, but it's been a much more difficult path for the veterans of the Trump White House than past White Houses.